You know that guy you filled out the survey about? Well, I've got to break it to you. He scored an F. Just run away. And I mean run, not walk. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's more likely to push himself hard and climb up in his career, not just talk big. His strong drive means he'll chase results and won't give up easily, even when work gets tough or stressful. He's determined, but you should know his journey will be stormy, with some wins and some fights along the way.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's unlikely to quietly accept it. Instead, you can expect him to get angry, maybe raise his voice, and blame others or circumstances for the setback. He rarely breaks down in a sad way, but he can become upset and difficult to be around until the problem is fixed.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People may respect how hard he works and how confident he seems, but forming real friendships or winning everyone's trust is tough for him. He often ends up arguing with others. He's quick to speak his mind and gets angry when things don't go his way. So, he's known more for being forceful than for being friendly.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he is more likely to feel frustrated or threatened than proud. He likes being in control and having the spotlight. So, your big success can make him feel like he's losing ground. Expect some tense moments as he struggles with sharing success.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he will likely feel resentful and even insecure about it. He sees being in charge and successful as very important, so your higher income might sting his pride. Deep down, he struggles with the idea of not being the provider and won't easily shrug it off.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to spend money without much planning and doesn't pay close attention to details. While he works hard to earn, he might make big purchases on impulse or skip making a monthly budget. He likes to be in control, so your suggestions about saving or organizing may be brushed off.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is likely to pretend to be richer than he actually is, chasing a lifestyle that looks impressive, even if it stretches his budget. He enjoys showing off what he has, wanting others to see him as successful, and will sometimes buy things just to keep up appearances. If he feels challenged, he may spend even more to prove a point.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not naturally open handed or very kind when it comes to money or sharing. Even though he sometimes spends too much on showing off, he isn't generous in a warm way. He's more focused on himself and what he wants. If you hope he'll give freely, either with money or with concern, you might be disappointed.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He tends to be secretive and controlling about money. He likes to keep decisions in his own hands and may hide what he spends or even how much he earns. You may find him making purchases or financial choices without telling you and expecting not to be questioned about it.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that housework is mostly your job and may not offer much help around the house. He prefers to stay focused on his own interests and expects things to be done his way, which can mean leaving chores and daily tasks for you to handle. You may need to remind him often or even argue for fairness.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to stand aside and supervise rather than actually roll up his sleeves and help with chores or diapers. He might watch, give instructions, or tell you how things should be done, but won't jump in and get his hands dirty. Be prepared to take on extra duties unless you push hard for change.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's more likely to argue and push to prove he's right rather than spend time understanding your side. When there's a disagreement, he tends to talk over you or stick to his own views, quickly dismissing your feelings or reasons. You might feel unheard or frustrated as he focuses on winning the argument instead of finding a middle ground.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive, losing his temper rather than staying respectful. You might hear sharp words, loud arguments, or even see him snap over small issues. He doesn't hold back his feelings and can make you feel upset or unsafe during these moments.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, and it's not something you should ignore. Quick temper and aggressive reactions can lead to hurtful words, stressful fights, and an unhealthy atmosphere at home. Everyone deserves respect and kindness, not a home filled with shouting or tension.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when things go wrong. Most of the time, he will blame you or something else instead of admitting his own mistakes. Apologies are rare, and you may find yourself carrying the burden for problems you didn't cause.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is likely to push past your boundaries and may not take no seriously. When you say no, he might argue, try to change your mind, or ignore your feelings because he's used to getting his own way. He can be stubborn and forceful, thinking his needs matter most.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of respecting your feelings, he may get annoyed or even argue, thinking that your no means there's something wrong with him or your relationship. He might sulk, make comments, or pressure you rather than offering you understanding and space.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You should be cautious because he may not always handle private moments with care. If arguments happen, he could use things you shared or did in private to make you feel guilty or embarrassed. Trust means your vulnerabilities are protected, not turned against you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He has a strong need to feel important and admired, which makes him easily distracted by attention from other women. If someone else flatters him or shows interest, he may be tempted to flirt or chase excitement outside the relationship without worrying much about loyalty. If being truly committed is important to you, this is something to think about seriously.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, He tends to be over possessive, often acting jealous, controlling, or suspicious. He may check where you go, question who you talk to, or get upset if you spend time with friends or focus on your work. This can leave you feeling watched or trapped instead of loved and free.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, his so called protective nature is really a sign of a controlling personality. Instead of making you feel safe, his actions are about keeping you under his thumb, deciding where you can go, who you can meet, and how you should act. Such control can stop you from living freely and enjoying simple joys.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting, rather than seeing it as a team effort. He may offer advice or step in only when he feels it's important, but the daily care, teaching, and comforting will likely fall on your shoulders. His mindset is that you should handle these responsibilities while he focuses on his own priorities.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. You might see him raise his voice, scold harshly, or get angry quickly, even over small mistakes. His patience runs short when things don't go as planned, which can make the children feel scared or ashamed instead of safe and understood.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support your role as both a mother and your own person. He sees your main job as taking care of the home and kids and may not encourage you to follow your own dreams or hobbies. You may need to fight for your own space and rights because he will not offer much support willingly.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may seem supportive of your career now but is likely to ask you to quit once you have a child. He believes caring for the family is mostly your responsibility, so his support often comes with hidden expectations or conditions. After the baby arrives, you might hear things like, "It's better for the child if you stay home," or feel pressured to give up work.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will likely just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth. He knows how to be formally respectful, but genuine feelings or close bonds are not his strength. If you want a son in law who truly treats your family as his own, you'll find him lacking in this area. He will expect your family to change for him rather than making much effort to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He reacts quickly and gets frustrated, so instead of smoothing over tension, he may raise his voice, argue, or say hurtful things. You'll probably find yourself as the peacemaker, trying to calm both sides.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may act modern and relaxed with you in private, but will expect you to be a traditional supportive wife when his relatives are around. He wants to look good and follow family customs in public, so you might be pressured to dress, speak, or behave in ways that please his parents or elders, even if that's not your style. You may feel a gap between how you live with him alone and what is expected at family gatherings.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. He doesn't like getting into messy or emotional problems, especially with people he values or wants to impress. Real partnership means standing together and you deserve nothing less.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely a mummy's boy, which means his mother's opinions and wishes will come first for him, especially during conflicts. If you ever disagree with his mother, don't expect him to stand up for you. He will almost always choose her side and may ask you to adjust or stay quiet. You could end up feeling second place in your own home, facing extra stress and hurt.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share many details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. Whenever there is a disagreement or a problem between you both, he may run straight to them and tell everything, including things you wanted to stay private. It can make trust hard and leave you feeling exposed and unsupported.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, there you have it. This guy is an F. Again, this is not going to end well. Just run away. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, can feel exhausting and lonely. He's controlling, quick tempered, and expects everything to go his way at home, with money, and even in family matters.